All right, ladies, today we're working on lesson 101. Hope you finished up the investigation yesterday. 101 is due on Friday. The investigation is due on Wednesday. All right, so if you look on page 703, we're going to be writing phrases into mathematical statements. Sorry. And so there's some examples on the page. It says twice a number. So we would just write that as 2n or 2x, whatever you want, what variable you want to use. The next one is 5 more than a number. So I'm going to put plus 5, and it's more than a number. Then the next one is 3 less than a number. So it's 3 less. Don't put 3 minus because it's 3 less than something else. 3 less than a number. Anytime you have more than or less than, always make sure you put that number at the end of the sentence. Don't start with it. Okay, half a number. Half of a number. Product. What does product mean? Well, product is the answer to a multiplication problem. So it's the product of a number and 7. So that would be 7n. And let's see. And then now this one, let's see if I 17 is. Is means equals in a mathematical sentence. So 17 is or equals 5 more than, so we're going to put the plus 5 at the end. It's more than something else. 5 more than twice a number. Twice means 2 times. So twice a number is 2n. So what we're going to be doing in this lesson is writing sentences from words, and then we'll solve them. Okay, so the first one on page 704 says, if 5 less than twice a number, if 5 less than, remember we've got to put that at the end, 5 less than twice a number is, what did we say is was in math? It's equals, all right? So 5 less than twice a number is 17. It's almost like the last example, but not quite. All right, so now we're going to solve this. So we need to get the 2n terms by itself to get rid of, to make the 2n by itself, we need to get rid of the minus 5. So we get rid of minus 5 by doing the opposite of it, which is plus 5. And remember, if we do it to one side, we have to do it to the other side. So here it's going to cancel. We bring down the 2n equals 17 plus 5 is 22. And now to get in by itself, we need to divide by 2. So those will cancel, and n will be equal to 11. All right, so write the phrase first and then solve it. Okay, the next one says the angles marked x and 2x in this figure are supplementary. Do you remember what supplementary stands for? Remember, supplementary is close to the end of the alphabet, so it's going to be add up to 180. Complementary is closer to the beginning of the alphabet, so it's smaller and it's 90. Supplementary is 180. So if these two angles are supplementary, it means that added together, they're going to be equal to the 180. Okay, and so 2x plus 1x is 3x. And then to get x by itself, we're going to divide both sides by 3. So x will be equal to 60. Now we need to go back and make sure we've answered what they wanted. It says, what is the measure of the larger angle? Well, the larger angle is not x. The larger angle is 2x. So we're going to take 2 times what x is, which is 60. So their larger angle will be 120 degrees. All right, so just take your time writing these phrases. If you look at the practice set, the first one says 6 more than, so plus 6 to something else, the product of a number and 3, so that's 3n, is 30. And you'd solve that one. Subtract 6 and then divide by 3. The next one says 10 less than half of what number is 30. So there you'd add 10 to both sides, and then to get rid of that 1/2, you'd multiply both sides by 2. All right? Okay, so remember, this one's not due until Friday. Make sure you're turning that investigation in on Wednesday. All right, have a good day.